It does feel like it. I think the Husker is going to be a massive problem to
here we
deal
go.
with unless your TA is ready.
They found Tim's. That'll be the first blood. Gabby able to take it on the Medusa. First blood finally drawn. And of all things, they give it to the top net worth Medusa. Boom Esports. Looking for somebody to target in mid. Yopash hoping somebody moves in for that creep wave as they do push it out. And looks like Zephyr will move in to try and take it, but FBZ is going to be there with the immediate Burrow Strike. Quick TP's out, but the epicenter is going to be there from FBZ. Still, they do go for the life drain. FBZ going to be healed up here from Tim's. Might just be able to survive, though. The jump in from Carl's going to be out, and they will find a positive trade for T1. Boom Esports just trying to get a little bit too excited, but you know, they end up giving a pretty decent kill away back to T1.
You need to grab that objective. You need to have that secondary life. T1, they're clumping up with a smoke here. FBZ around FBZ to break.
Yeah, nice positioning from FBZ. Gonna break the smoke, and they just, well, actually Jackie still almost getting caught out as FBZ. He's gonna go for an epicenter. Onto Gabby he goes. Zephyr is going to melt, but now the arena down. Cuckoo setting up very nicely onto the Sand King as they try to save, but it's not going to be enough. FBZ, he's still alive. He's going to walk out of there, and now Gabby, he's the one falling, but in goes Carl. He'll try to start another fight towards the south. Still Jackie will jump in along with FBZ on the Sand King. Carl will be fine. Meanwhile, Gabby still being chased down by Japoy, but they can't catch him. Gabby and Cuckoo barely able to get out. A very split up team fight, ending up in a 1-for-1. It is still in favor, however, of T1.
But they do take their position around Orochi, right? Like, they've still got good vision by the pit. They're preventing T1 from going for bigger objectives. T1 is still clumping up for the bot tower, and they should find Tim's here.
They may. Tim's, he'll get caught out with the bushwhack, and Zephyr is there with the sharpshooter into Cuckoo, who will have another spear. Roshan's happening right now. T1 needs to get here right now to try and contest this. It's a big objective. But boom, they're going to back off for now. They're not feeling quite safe. FBZ, he's got the epi. He sees Whitemon. He'll move in for a Burrow Strike, but there's not going to be the backup. Not quite yet. Cuckoo, however, happily jumping in. It's going to be a very similar trade as FBZ gives his life up for a support. But without the Sand King, it's going to be very hard to contest this Roshan. T1, they'll be happy with the trade as they move in for the Roche. Boom Esports, they're going to try and stick around and contest this. FBZ, he'd really rather not buy back. So they're going to try and delay this. As oh, Yopaj, hold on a minute. He's in with the meld. They don't know about this. They don't know he's in there. I mean, Gabby's not even around right now. He's in the mid lane just farming. And both teams understanding how important this Roshan is just cannot let it go. So Carl going to take the trap out and try to move back in after Roshan. Still at about 1.3 KHP is the Roche. As Carl is going to move once again. In comes Gabby. He has Stone Gaze up. Roshan dropping low, but there's your Burrow Strike. FBZ's in. Arena down. But they've got the Aegis on Yopaj. The TA picks it up again as FBZ. He will drop. Yopaj, can he get himself out of here? He already popped the BKB. They get the overgrowth though, but the TA still in big trouble. Blinding Light is out from Tim's. That may be enough as Yopaj is still running, but the Bushwhack is in from Zephyr. And that's going to be the TA gone. At least for the first life, but they should definitely have a second. They do lock him down until you get the Aegis the way of Boom Esports. But T1 still clean up. We'll see if Boom Esports want to try and defend this. TPs are coming. FBZ, you'll be the first one in. It's still very intimidating going into Cuckoo, who does jump in already, but Yopaj, he was too quick with the BKB out. Cuckoo, he'll pop his own now as Gabby is going to be there with the Stone Gaze. And that'll force them back, but maybe now Boom might feel confident to try and go for the fight without the Stone Gaze BKBs being available. This could be the opportunity. The T2 tower is still falling very slowly. And T1, they are not going to overstay their welcome. They understand they're at a disadvantageous position. They'll just leave the area. Just reading the map very well. Jackie's going to buy a BKB out now, and they might try to force this fight. Gabby, he'll move in, but FBZ, he's broken the smoke and moves in with the epicenter. But who have they got? It's going to be Whitemon on the backside. Yopaj, he tries to jump in with the nullifier, but now he's been caught out with a bushwhack. He might just drop, and he does. So far, so good for T1. If they'll chase for a bit more now, they'll find Scam. And all they lose is Whitemon, as they've even found another, and it's gonna be FBZ on the Sand King, who tries to run away. But in the meantime, Zephyr, he will also drop to Jackie. FBZ still gonna try to run, but gets taunted by Carl. Another win for T1.
So they're just gonna be able to take it just fine. Shard up there as well. Feeling great. Eventually into the Abyssal. That's where it feels a lot better. Bash through the BKBs. The spell immunity coming out here for Jackie and for Yopaj isn't gonna feel great. Sieging onto the high ground, Age is still to protect the Deuce, so this is a rough time for them. They have good high ground defense. They really need to find a good angle with the Overgrowth and the Burrow Strike epicenter here.
It's really smart itemization though from T1. Like going back to the Basher, once you have the Abyssal Blade up, as soon as that taunt ends onto Jackie, you just stun him with an Abyssal Blade. It makes enough sense. You just need more lockdown for the anti-mage, and that's about all T1 want, as FBZ is going to try and jump in. Spears off the mark in the backside. Jackie, he gets caught out. He'll pop the BKB with the taunts there. They've got the control and they've got Jackie down. He's got no buyback. Oh, and here goes Yopaj. He will be the third to drop without buyback as well. Oh, and suddenly T1, it looks like they've got two Raxes. In fact, they're going for T4 towers now. Gabby, understanding they may not have buyback at the moment, are going to move in for the jugular straight off the bat, and they might just get away with it as tips are coming up from Carl. Onto the TA. Get those mind games going straight off the bat, John, here for game number 1. Is this game just over? Epicenter Burrow Strike is out. FBZ, he's going to try one last time. Carl, he'll make the jump in though and just takes him out. Oh boy. T1. Yeah, GG's call, they'll take it. Game number 1 of this best of 3 will go the way of T1. And it was a rather slow, methodical game, Jonathan, but you've got to give it to T1. They just make no mistakes. I think this would be a much more aggressive game than last game around. Like, even if they want to be a bit more methodical, I think you just have to be more aggressive from both ends. FBZ and Tim's just trying to fight. FBZ actually very low right now, is going to get chased down. They have the sentry for the detection, and they're going to get first blood. And would you believe it, John? Gabby will claim first blood for a second game in a row.
Yeah, and they certainly are shaping up that way. Very disciplined plays. They are rotating top.
Now that they are, Jackie very far forward with no support around him, is probably set to fall and will do. Like they might run right into Jackie, and that's the biggest target you can ask for right now on the side of Boom Esports. They'll wrap around the long way, but they are running in the right direction. Skem is going to be around to try and help out, but it might be a 3v2 scenario. So they will see Jackie now. They've got the sharpshooter available on Zephyr, so the burst damage is going to be there as Whitemon. He's already laughing about this. Sharpshooter's going to be out. They even popped the Ravage just in case they needed it. And it's well worth it. The Skem, he'll get jumped to boot, but he cannot hold anyone down right now. He doesn't have level 6 yet. And Cuckoo, he might just be too tanky. He'll just walk right out. No problems for T1.
Yeah, some nice quick little snipe. Yopaj still chasing though.
Lands the chains, but doesn't feel confident. He'll move in again. Zephyr still dropping, but has the raindrops up. He'll go for the bushwhack now. The Illuminate, it's not going to connect. Remnants forward with the chains out will get it done. But they are having to try everything just to find these simple support kills.
It just doesn't measure up to this Luna. Yasha already up on top of the Mask of Madness. Mantha could come out soon. The Luna's almost ready to go. And perhaps the BTB afterwards to really seal the deal. And FBZ?
Yeah, getting caught out again. That's one thing we haven't talked about at all, John. FBZ hasn't moved from that bot lane, and he's had the blink up for a while now. I say a while, but it may not have been that long, but it still surprises me as now chains are going to come out. Yopaj catching up both supports, but the blinding light is going to knock both of them away. He will still take Whitemon's life. But going back to my point, John, it does feel like FBZ needs to get a little bit more involved here for Boom Esports.
They need to play off the back of that Burrow Strike epicenter. In comparison, you know, we've already seen the Ravage come out from Cuckoo. Yopaj still diving. It is only Zephyr.
That's the only kills they can really secure right now, John. Yopaj, he needs every kill he can get, so that'll be the 4th of the game for him. Even with that terrible start, he is slowly clawing his way back into this game too. So even Zephyr looking to set up now. Might just move in. They'll have a Vortex into a Sharpshooter and a Bushwhack, and they'll take him down. Carl immediately getting the tips out. No hesitation.
Oh man, they scanned out that smoke. They make the move onto mid, and now they smoke themselves here on T1, disrupting Boom's movement. Might find something good.
They're just playing them like a fiddle. I mean, T1 is playing Boom Esports like a fiddle right now, John. It's not even close.
But we haven't seen that activity from FBZ. Like, he's on the Sand King, he loves his hero, he just hasn't seen the opportunity to use that point yet, although perhaps top will be the place they do it.
Center, FBZ gonna move in, but who's the target? They'll try on the Luna. Life Drain is out though. There's your Ravage from Cuckoo, and now the turnaround. Yopaj is gone again. More tips out from Carlos. They've got the sharpshooter. They'll take down FBZ to boot. It's a desperate play from a desperate team in game number 2. And T1, John, they are just not flinching. Maybe now with the double damage. Maybe that fixes the problem. Gabby, into FBZ, he's gonna try and make a solo pick-off right here and now with the Sand King. Gabby, highest net worth of the map, does not want to die like this, but he's completely alone. In the meantime, at least they find Scam. That's a massive pick-up here for Boom Esports.
And in a short time span to really just have these big, beefy illusions that stand and fight, they might still melt to that Luna.
Yopaj, Remnant away in time. Cuckoo, they're at least gonna find the keeper. So Tims will drop. Cuckoo still wants to keep going. He has Blink Ravage. There's your Nightmare out from Skem, but I think this might work the way of T1. How do you force this fight? Boom, they're still going to try. Along with FBC, they'll go right after Whitemon. He might just drop and finally does. Cuckoo, he never got the Ravage off in time, so now they'll try for the Tide Hunter. They'll try to take down the Watermelon. In the meantime, Carl is going to pop the BKB and just kind of walk away. They'll continue on to Cuckoo with the Epicenter. They might just have enough. So suddenly Boom Esports showing signs of life in this game number 2. You couldn't have asked for much more here as the Ember. BKB available, they want to try and move in, and Cuckoo's going to be targeted. Zephyr's around to try and help out Cuckoo. He has the Ravage. He's been very patient with it as Yopaj will keep going with the BKB. Cuckoo, he's dropping low. He might need to pop it, but he'll hold down instead. He'll hold out. It'll be a 1-for-1 so far, but Boom now looking to back off as Carl moves in with Gabby, and the Eclipse is out. Jackie's going to drop on the CK. Even without the Ravage up, it won't matter. T1, they still find the better end of the trade. And Boom still huddled up in that dire jungle, just trying to make sure they don't get caught with their pants down. T1, you look at how much more comfortable they feel across the map right now as Skem gonna get jumped immediately by Carl. Skem still in trouble. He'll go for a Fiend's Grip, but it is not gonna last. Sharpshooter just takes him down as Yopaj. He'll at least take down Whitemon. It'll be a 1-for-1 on the POS 5s. But he can't go for much more. His BKB will wear out.
That Boom is still relying on only FBZ to really deliver that. It's all down to the Sand King with this initiation.
Oh, there's your Vortex out into the Ravage Cuckoo. He's right in on 4 of them. They've already got Skem and Tims down. They'll both fight back as Whitemon, he's going to be targeted on the punt by FBZ. He'll keep going, and Jackie, he'll make the jump in. Cuckoo's gone. It's a complete mess in the mid lane as they've got Gabby on the Luna. They might be able to take him down. Gabby, he's dropping real down low, but where's your damage output? It's not going to be there, but the Burrow Strike out from FBZ is just not enough. The Idol, he'll try himself as he gets Gabby down onto the Storm.
What?
They might clean up here on Boom Esports. Yopaj will do it himself. Does he have the chains out? He does not.
And you don't catch Yopaj, he just has this huge window where he can rip through the back line. He's got the Ags
He's got
up.
the Ags up now. Things get very, very scary. 41 as it looks like the chase is on for Zephyr. Blinding Light will scout him out. Zephyr not going to get hit by the chains, but still in big, big trouble as Yopaj. Maybe have to back off now. Nightmare's going to be there though from Skem, and now the Fiend's Grip. They really want this Hoodwink for Whitemon. He'll just heal him up through it, but he's going to getting taken down by Yopaj. Tims with the Illuminate flying right through Whitemon.
There's enough time to kind of come in here, stall Roche, have Ravage back up for this fight, and of course AoE Vortex is really deadly in such a tight spot.
Well, they need 15 seconds here, John, for that Ravage. Vortex will come out from Carl. It just won't catch anything. Meanwhile, the Idol, he's going to jump into the backside. He wants Whitemon down on that Pugner. He might just have him, but not quite yet. Whitemon, he'll survive. Meanwhile, FBZ jumps in with the Epicenter, but the BKBs were there. He gets no damage off, and Boom Esports, they're the ones who need to retreat. Skem's going to try and give the vision. Roshan so low, Yopaj still waiting. Remnant is out, but it's way too early. He might try again. He's got one more now available off cooldown, but the Vortex is there from Carl. Ravage out as well. Roshan still up though. He got stunned outside of the pit. Aegis, Gabby, he'll be the one to take it. He'll snatch it away from Boom as Yopaj does get the Roshan kill. Yeah, but FBZ's on the high ground. He's ready to break any smoke, and Cuckoo is going to be spotted out. FBZ, do you want to keep going? In fact, they do. They spotted both supports, so Yopaj trying to move in, but Carl is going to be there on the Ember, trying to burst him down. It's not quite enough yet. In the meantime, Cuckoo's down. His Ravage will not be expended, as they'll even get Zephyr and Jackie. He finds Whitemon on the Pugna. It's a great team fight for Boom, as they're even going to find Gabby now. He'll try to BKB up and run, but they'll chase him to the ends of the earth. They want the Luna kill. The highest net worth on the map is going to go down. Now he's completely surrounded without a BKB. There is zero chance of survival. And Carl, he's already pushing out the mid lane in preparation for the push that is incoming to be able to get his way out. But in the meantime, Boom Esports are still going for a second lane of barracks here. And Yopaj, he's going to find a double damage on his way back to make matters even more difficult for T1. They're going to try and defend now. Carl, he'll move in with the BKB arm, trying to take down Jackie, but he's got a Heart of Tarrasque. Gabby, he's going to pop the Eclipse, but the BKB keeping Jackie safe at least for now, as they'll try to heal him up. Nightmare is there. Jackie still dropping low, still trying to fight this one out, as here comes Japoy. They've got the CK down, but now Gabby's been caught up. The Ravage is there. Cuckoo, he may have turned it around if they've got Yopaj down. FBZ still trying. Whitemon, he'll just keep life draining up. Suck him dry, Whitemon. Scam, he is somehow not able to get the puck, but now does. But now Carl jumps in with a 3-man vortex, but won't follow up. They've lost Gabby. In fact, FBZ's the one to jump back in with the Ethereal Blade out. They will take him down with Zephyr. It's a 2v2 scenario. Gabby, very far forward, and avoid the sleight of fist chains from Yopaj. So tense this team fight already, as Yopaj going to try and go on Zephyr, but they get the bushwhack off. Vortex is there. They'll try to blow him up, but no, the Fiend Grip is out. Carl, he's been caught out by Scam. They do not find the Bane either. Now Cuckoo's gone a boot. No Ravage available on the Tide. And Gabby, he's been left to his own devices. He needs to try and fight this one out, but he is all alone, just being helped out by Whitemon. He needs to leave the area.
Right, like it's always been that condition since they had this Ags up, and we saw a little bit of that when he had fight.
Oh, Gabby.
To catch Yopaj.
He's been stunned up. They're forced to use the Ravage too early. They might find the Aegis, but this is exactly what Boom wants. They'll make the jump, and with a huge epicenter from FBZ to set up the fight, and now Carl's been caught out. Scam, it's a perfect Fiend Grip from Boom Esports.
No fight
2 diebacks around, and that's GG. Game number 2 gonna go the way of Boom and John. We get our wish. Game 3 on the way.
A lot on Neon. He's going to be playing against it on Carl. And this is a matchup that Yopaj should understand. I'm keen to see what happens with DK versus Santi.
Big wraparound, Jonathan. Ward being plays. They've got the vision. Zephyr, I wouldn't talk that early, sir. TI is not guaranteed yet. Zephyr, he's going to get caught out. There's your TI, Zephyr. Right into the arrow. Cuckoo's going to try and protect them on the Aphotic Shield. They've saved the day. Zephyr's still alive. Yopaj is the one in trouble. He'll back off, but it's a 5v5 engagement. SCA Starless Cuckoo now. He's the one in danger. He's going to drop. They take down the Master.
You have to worry about the CK in comparison. A bit of a smoke out here from Boom, looking to spot that.
They know exactly where Gabby is. So FBZ going to try and bully him out of this triangle, but Gabby, he's got the vision. In fact, they might try to force the fight, but the arrow landed on Carl, not allowing the epicenter to complete. He still pops in the end and tries to move in on Yopaj with Cuckoo there with the Arena Spear. Yopaj, he's still fine. Disruption's going to come out from Scam. Sharpshooter, it's going to be taken by FBZ, but he still ends up dropping. FBZ now, very, very low, needs a way out, but he's going to go down to boot. T1, what a great burrow strike from Carl. They'll have the follow-up and they'll just keep it going. This is exactly what T1 needed. They won't find Tim's, but they got a 3-for-0 trade. Boom, just patiently waiting for the jump in. Carl still not going for it, but now maybe this time he will commit into the burrow strike. They've got FBZ controlled up. They even found Japoy. Disruption. It'll buy a bit of time for the Dragon Knight, but they'll lose FBZ. And T1, it seems like the patience may end up paying off, as they'll find 2 for nothing. And they found 2 cores on top of that, John. FBZ and Jackie both end up dropping. T1, they want more. Cuckoo will go for a bit of a chase. He might just find Scam here on the Shadow Demon. And that should be a 3rd to come out, as even the neutrals helping out by copying the arrow. Scam, he'll just be surrounded. The T1, They'll get exactly what they wanted. And BKB now available on Yopaj. As they'll run through the Radiant Triangle, they'll try to find the advantageous position. But T1 are very patient here on the low ground, just waiting as they break the smoke on FBZ. But Whitemon getting jumped. In fact, never mind FBZ. He's gone too far. He's going to get blown up immediately. In the meantime, Whitemon, he'll have the borrowed time to survive as they even found Skem on the Shadow Demon. And T1, they can just keep it going. Into the Roshan pit, I guess. They did smoke into Phantasm Illusions. Tims? No, Tims still gets caught out. He'll drop the Mirana, it seems, as he tries to leap away, but it's not going to be enough.
Decide of Boom to hold him down, and this kind of boils back to maybe a lot of control, though.
They're going to try and still hear Yopaj. He's already in, but he's a bit too early to the party. BKB's popped. Who clicks faster? Carl, he's got the epicenter. Jackie, he's the fastest clicker on the map right now. He's got the Aegis, but Carl setting up for a secure team fight. They already kill off Yopaj. And they even found the Timber Saw. Hoping someone walks past. A support preferably, but he'll try on FBZ. Arrow gonna land on Whitemon. That might be the opening they're looking for, but Cuckoo, he's gonna BKB up and just back off. Because instead, they'll go after the Abaddon. And it's something. Not the greatest kill in the world, but it is certainly a start here for Boom.
Without that save, T1 might be in a bit more of an awkward spot. Roshan about 1 second.
And they go, Cuckoo. He got spotted out on the Mars. That'll force the buyback from Whitemon, but look at them die with so much damage being pumped out.
Could be big to give onto Jackie, but also decent on FBC depending on what they want.
I wonder if Jackie now wants to go for that Heart of Taras that we saw last game around. Moonlight Shadow, Carl, this would be a massive kill if they can find it and they'll make the jump in, but they've got no stun out. Marina's going to be down. Cuckoo, he'll be there to save the day as Carl will turn around now with an epicenter onto Jackie, but he'll man up and fight on the Chaos Knight. He's fine, at least for now, but he might just lose the Aegis. In fact, never mind, the armor toggles are enough. He'll survive another day. Though I can't say the same for Skem, but they'll be happy with that team fight. A 1-for-1 in the favor of Boom Esports. And they might just be able to keep going. More than happy to force another fight if they wish. Arrow. Oh, it's going to land on Gabby. They've got Gabby stunned up. Do they have enough follow-up for him, though? They're going to go after the backside instead. They want Cuckoo down. Gabby, he's falling and he's gone. Oh, Cuckoo is still trying, but Jackie's just rushing right forward. There's no getting up for T1.
Racks will fall. Aegis still on hand for Jackie. Only one tier 2 down though. So only one set of racks. T1 not going to be losing too much out of this, but this gives Boom a very big advantage. With so much more time left in that Aegis.
Not that Yopaj needs it. He does have Spider Legs right now, but I guess why the hell not? Carl, he's going to try with an epicenter, but it's just... not sure what the idea was there. Just not enough damage. Carl, he's the target they've been looking for such a long time, and the Burrow Strike is out already, so they know they can catch him. Carl gonna try to run. There's your overwhelming blink out. He'll go for the TP attempt. He might just make it, but no, he is stuck and he is set to die. Did he cancel his own TP?
Dragon Tail couldn't connect, and I don't think Reality Rift interrupts. They couldn't get Chaos Ball through Spell Immunity.
When they go, they want more. They're gonna find Cuckoo here on the Mars. That'll be 2 down. There you go. Again, very difficult to try and defend this against that Ancient Black Dragon here from Japoy. Jackie hitting like an absolute truck as well. So much HP to try and go through here for Gabby. As he's going to actually jump in.
What?
Gabby, I'm not sure about that, Gabby. He's going to have to back off at a great arena. Cuckoo, he may have saved the day, but at least find the Aegis of the CK first. The Yopaj gonna keep going. On to the TA they go. Gabby in big trouble and he's gone. He'll buy back immediately, but they've got to keep the fight going here. T1 cannot back off. Their racks are just going down here to Jackie, who's just focusing on objectives as they might find Cuckoo. He does not survive through it. He'll buy back as well, but they're against Megas now. Can they keep this team fight going? A nice bushwhack from Zephyr. They'll jump in again. Yopaj, he's just so tanky. He's taken no damage here as they're throwing everything but the kitchen sink with this Dragon Knight. He will not die. There's another arrow out onto Carl, who's going to try to run, but it won't matter. They're against Megas. Boom Esports. Voice lines are coming out. Burrow Strike epicenter there from Carl, or rather than just the Burrow Strike. They'll find FBZ, but can you keep Gabby alive? It does seem like they can. The Skem will purge him up. Carl and Gabby still trying to defend this Ancient. Yopaj gonna jump in, but they've caught out this Chaos Knight Jackie. He needs some help right here, right now. Still trying to run, but he can't survive through it. The T1, they'll hold on to this Ancient for now. Whenever he wants, but top lane, Carl has been spotted. Yopaj has the ward down for the vision into the Dragon Tail and the arrow. Carl's gone. Megas are incoming. It's just such a hard defense for T1. They've got to commit that buyback on Carl. Gabby, we find Cuckoo. He's going to make the jump in, and Carl, he will commit the buyback. And we go for the fight. Cuckoo still falling low. He'll try into the Dragon Knight. Yopaj, he'll take no damage once again. They've got to look for the backside. Carl, he'll pop the epicenter. He might at least find Skem on the Shadow Demon. That'll be one, but it's a 4v4 scenario as Skem. He'll commit the buyback. Yopaj, he's still frontlining for his team, just not dying. Under siege, but it's a very slow process. His arrow does land onto Whitemore with no borrowed time. He's just gone. Not very long anyway. Problem is the Dragon form is down. They'll make the jump in on Jackie. They'll try to go after the Chaos Knight. FBZ though is there to defend as they kill off Zephyr. He'll commit the buyback of the Hoodwink, but they are running very low on lives now on T1 as they jump in again. Boom Esports, who are we targeting? The Ancient's going. Creeps are getting the job done. Bushwhacker's there though, holding 2 down. They're still trying, but Jackie, he's onto the Ancient. He's done with this game. And Boom Esports get a 2-1 victory over T1.